You made it. So
No worries at... Oh, right.
Miss Columbina and Miss...
Yep. This one started bawling her eyes out right next to me in the theater.
I know.
Thanks. We saw your film, too. I memorized all your names. Oh, guess we can skip the introductions, then.
Our effects were pretty over the top, right? Some of the extras in the big scenes were actual members of the Spina di Rosula.
So basically, your contribution was creating realistic-looking chaos.
That wasn't the only realistic aspect. Miss Chevres and Miss Emily were also kind enough to lend their expertise on criminal investigations and forensics.
Oh, it was nothing. I was just honored to take part and help out.
Wow! No wonder your film turned out so good! You basically had an expert in every field. Talk about a stacked crew!
Oh, speaking of, want to join in on a round of tabletop troupe later, Miss Columbina and Miss Guillotin? I mean, what better place for a party than a party?
Here we go again.
That sounds interesting.
Yes! Persuasion successful! What about you, Miss Guillotin?
I guess one round couldn't hurt.
Critical success!
What am I now, you ask? Just a human who's lost her voice. Speak for themselves.
Let's not...
What was in that piece of cake? Maritime flour?
It's so...
Miss Lapine Pauline, look.
Master! Wait, what happened? Never mind, my face.
Things are sounding a lot.
Oh, look who it is! And the oh, right.
That's kind.
Right.
Miss...
Yes?
Could I...
Oh.
Bold of you to use my...
You know what?
Are we going to toast?
Yup! Come on!
Wait a second. Mr. Baptiste and friends of yours. Veronique is the prop manager.
Yeah, thanks to Duke Risley and...
You make it sound like I'm giving you You are far too...
It's also just...
Anyway, I suppose I have...
I didn't do anything special. It was mostly the Traveler and the others.
Don't sell yourself short, Miss Guillotin. You are the current captain, after all. In light of that, I have to ask, do you mind if I leave up some of the installations so the people back at the fortress can also enjoy the aquarium?
Huh?
Like I said before, I just think it would be good for the inmates who clean and maintain the winglet to see their work put to good use. Besides, maintaining an aquarium is sure to be a lot more interesting than scrubbing rust off the walls and deck.
Of course I don't mind. I'm grateful you even want to keep it.
Great. Then it's decided.
That's amazing, Sandrone. We should go hang out at the Fortress of Meripede later, then.
You do know you just invited me to hang out in prison, don't you?
Granny eats Lee.
First of all, Seat Lallian and Eats Papa are Chi-Chi meal.
But...
Agreed.
If this was the... I'm terrible at... You think you're so fun.
Lady Sandrone.
Hello.
Don't look at me like that. I don't have... Well, I suppose when I'm not so busy, I could find some time when Arlecchino is around and bring over a few gifts to the House of the Hearth.
You're too kind, Lady Sandrone. I'm sure just your visit alone would make Father more than happy.
I just need to borrow them for a bit. I'll pull them out of my hat, give them a quick hug, then give them straight back.
When did hugging become a part of it?
Oh, I could lend you pair, so you have something to hug in the meantime. He gives really good hugs.
I don't need something to hug in the meantime. The issue was never the hugs.
How about this? You can have 2 VIP tickets right next to each other. Excellent view.
Right next to each other?
Yep, super quiet. No one will bother you. I'm sure you'll have a great time.
Fine.
Yes. I can only hope my presence does not make anyone ill at ease.
Who's this?
All right! This is Nervalette, the Udex of Fontaine. And this is Columbina and Cendrone.
Greetings.
Hello.
These two must be the Fatus and former Fatus related to the recent incident in Nodcry. I read about them in the diplomatic report.
The Udex? Oh, the dragon that cries a lot.
Oh, well...
Jeez, Columbina. That's your takeaway from all those Fatui meetings? Seriously?
Is that truly how I'm portrayed in the Fatui's intelligence?
You must put a lot of people in prison, then.
Well, it would be more accurate to say I pass judgment on their crimes. All trials in Fontaine strive for fairness and justice, so as to avoid imprisoning the innocent.
So, only the people who deserve it get sent to prison.
Well, deserve is quite a subjective metric, is it not? At the very least, I can promise that in every trial over which I preside, I make every effort to deliver a fair verdict.
Yeah. Oh, for the love of... what is she doing now?
You seem like a good dragon. Not the kind that throws people in prison for no reason. I think we can get along just fine.
Well, thank you? Then she punched me because...
Sorry, Nervalette. She thinks that's a sign of friendship. Where does she even pick up weird habits like that?
Ah, I see. I believe I have observed people on the streets of Fontaine expressing affection in a similar manner. I suppose I now know what it feels like. Yes. Quite, abrupt.
You know, these two are surprisingly alike. Oh, looks like Arlecchino's here. Come on, Columbina. Let's go have ourselves a tea party.
Well, it's been quite some time since the three of us gathered to drink tea like this.
Yes, but your tea is as good as ever, Cendrone.
Of course it is. The pastries you brought aren't half bad either, Arlecchino.
I'm glad to hear it. Are they to your liking, Miss Farina? If I remember correctly, this particular cake is your favorite.
Yes, thank you. The tea and pastries are absolutely delicious. I can't believe I'm casually sipping tea with 3 harbingers. Or are some of them former harbingers? Who knows?
Due to diplomatic reasons at the time, our last tea party was rather tense, wasn't it, Miss Farina? You have my apologies. But this is simply a casual gathering of close friends. So I do hope you can relax and enjoy yourself.
Of course! I appreciate the hospitality, in both cases. Next time, let me be the one to treat all of you.
I'm sure we'd all be delighted to have you join us more often. The same goes for you two.
we should do this again. We've all been through thick and thin together by this point.
This is nice, Sandrone. It reminds me of the happy times back in Snezhnaya, when things were so lively.
Yeah. To be honest, I never thought these gatherings would feel this lively ever again.
Well, I think I speak for all of us when I say we're truly glad you're back, Sandrone.
Me too. I've realized that holding on to what matters doesn't just mean protecting what you already have. By reaching out and striving for something new, you can gain much more than you think.
No, that certainly doesn't sound like something the old you would say.
Well, I'm only going to say it once, so don't get used to it.
Who knows? Perhaps your tea parties will only get livelier from here on out. Once you return to the Fatui, we'll have more opportunities to keep in touch in any case.
I want to spend more time together too. But I don't want to go back to the Fatui.
Well, Notcry isn't too far from Snezhnograd. It shouldn't be hard to find a place where we...
And then I can sing for you, or put on some of your favorite music, just like the old days.
Speaking of music, I spotted a mechanical piano below deck. Is it yours, Miss Guillotin?
Yes. Reclaimed, I suppose you could say.
Why don't you play something for us?
Huh? In front of all these people?
Yes, why not? You play so well.
For the love of... Fine! One piece, and that's it.
Musketeer pictures. Everyone ready? I'm not sure I should be in this one.
Of course you should. You might have primarily helped out another crew this time, but you're—
Love to have you in the last one, too, if circumstances had allowed it.
Thank you, Director Xavier.
Do I really have to be front and center? You're one of the lead actors! Of course you do!
Nervous, Sandrone?
No. All right, look at the camera. And 3, 2, 1.
Musketeer Pictures!
it's you.
Hey, Princess! I'm here to update my...
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garun Snezhevich. He represented the Knave in sending us a large amount of supplies, and is helping with our work. Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a lot of people, but we're moving forward. That will have to be enough.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. I especially like that article you wrote last year about Fontaine's stray cats. But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interests as the Spina.
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
That would be fine. Thanks.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Clarence?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina, so she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat.
Considering the reconstruction of Poisson, the Spina has need of more decision-makers. And, well, I do already happen to be connected to Mr. Callis.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel, about what it was like facing down a god. There's lots of exciting material there, I bet.
Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte.
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favor, for Navia's sake?
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the Traveler. It's better than wasting time persuading Chlorand, at any rate.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let her off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up. And smile.
How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in it?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key. Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview with you after all, Miss Chlorand.
Wow, you really do have that never say die spirit. I'm impressed.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Maripede.
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess, too. I asked Sijuin, who told Monsieur Nervillette, and he told you, right?
That's a very complete information chain.
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me, I told him that—
You're right.
Stay safe now, and—
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Duke! Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte, whom our good head nurse recommended to me.
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke. Thank you for consenting to my visit to the fortress, sir.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust you recall our agreement?
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. I've already taken all the photos we need. Miss Charlotte, do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steambird?
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier,
Sir, please don't say things like that.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this interview be very important to you, then?
No, I just... This is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for...
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've definitely got more of that genius vibe going on. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Why, you recreated a myth back there, like an emissary of legend. Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Huh! Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another exclusive scoop.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it.
Really? Well, then in that case, could I have an interview with you to make up for that loss?
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers?
Did you really have to use the word couple? Well, then, 2 solo photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. We've seen this kind of thing before. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with?
Ah, Sigewine.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take some pretty photos of our head nurse? Sure. Come on, Miss Sigewine. Over this way. Let's find a brighter spot.
Huh? Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the fortress?
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some changes, but this place is still more or less the same.
Other than that flying ship, it got a tad too much attention, I think.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes. Am I right, Mr. Jurier? Miss Lorvine?
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun. Not that you would want that, which is a pity.
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two. I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return.
He sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually, what about...
What change can there be? As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day here.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go. Till next time, everyone.
There'll be a next time?
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. Until then. All right. Last stop, the docks.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Ah, I see. That makes sense. Navia mentioned that she stayed.
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of gadget is it?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them. Or you could
trick a friend.
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by, I'll help you make some more friends?
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
Sure. Please, write down my address.
Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself. In the future, I think we can leave underwater escape magic to him too.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll become a part of our show eventually.
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture of us.
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. So, how have things been, traveler? Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events. She's very grateful for your contributions to Fontaine.
That's all right. We were more than happy to help. So, what's she doing now?
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. Well, after Lady Farina left, Father and Monsieur Neuvillette opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift.
A diplomatic gift? A gnosis?
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it over, there were actually a number of things going for it. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the all-devouring narwhal down. Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
Well, that's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking about. Doesn't this seem a bit irresponsible?
I would agree, but I've also heard that it seems that Monsieur Neuvillette has had a significant change of heart regarding the matter.
So there's some reason for this that only Neuvillette knows about?
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself. Yes, speaking of which, I did see him strolling around the entrance to the Fortress of Meripede a while back.
Isn't he real busy and stuff? Paimon didn't think he'd have the time for that. But back to the topic. The gnosis was given to the knave, right? What about Child?
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds. I hear that the recent disaster really did a number on his health.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we'd be allied with them this time.
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the traveler by chance. Please do not pay my accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind. I would have done them regardless.
Are you going to take the gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
That is our duty as harbingers, yes. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, it is inevitable that we must wear many masks. Switching my masks is something I've always done. Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. What good is honesty if you can't rely on it forever? As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh? You're...
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews. Thank you all. This'll be more than enough for me to write about, I'm sure.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
To move things about?
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too. And what do you know? I'm doing the exact same thing right now. So many things have happened, but the pockets are still the pockets. I guess this must be life. We will all follow our own paths, and serendipity will lead you to your fated friends. All right then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so we'll get going now. Have a good day, you two.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see how Neverlette's doing? As long as he's not so busy that he doesn't have time to chat anyway. the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting, so I may explain some things that I haven't had the time to before.
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved? The whole business is still quite the mystery to us.
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when it finally comes time to say them out loud.
Whoa. So that's what happened? Fossilor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon sovereign. But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontanians from dissolving.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontanians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontanians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Fossilor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone. Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Fossilor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn Oceanids into real people too!
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hang on a sec. Paimon's still got a question about the Gnosis. When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you.
What is it?
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, all right, Nervalet? Whoa!
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Ah, of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
Huh. According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts, and my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Next time? You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger, then.
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you.
The remains of the third descender? So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked like chess pieces. How could they be a person's remains?
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play, that is what she meant to say.
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it, which is why you gave it to the Fatui.
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping it here. I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element-compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descender. I wonder, does your body also possess similar properties?
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision. That does sort of count as special compatibility, right? No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels creepy. Comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all. That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck. Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him. Or go look for his master and get the answers that way.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
All right. Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in Fontaine's over for now.
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those years as a human. Was that really what she wanted?
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all. And what, ultimately, is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us?
Such defiance.
Perfect.
The only ones for the job.
All it asks us to do is to find the missing person.
Huh?
I came across this commission. It seemed simple, with the reputation of the
Well, that's us for sure.
If it proves to be beyond your...
Okay, so...
This commission was jointly issued, but the problem is...
They're all from the same village, but they don't even know his name?
Unlikely. So, besides, putting up a... In any case...
Alright then, let's go! Paimon's starting to get really curious about this whole thing.
Come on. It's an easy job, isn't it?
Don't you think my
Surely you can give me a
craftsmanship
real-
deserves a higher price?
It's called being a freelancer.
We made it to Vamara Village! Why don't we talk to some of the villagers to learn a little bit more about the missing guy? If this commission is really...
Hello there. You looking...
Oh, no, we're...
Ah, so you're here about that. To be honest, we aren't holding out much. We've pretty much had it up.
So, this person we're looking for, what's his...
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know it may seem like we just don't. At least that's what.
All right.
Young guy. I chat with.
Now that you've started
But of course, there aren't many young.
Could he have just...
No.
Huh.
It's the guests I hear.
Hi, Grandpa.
Ah,
Could you tell us a bit
of course. With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much. I don't think he would often take time. And whenever some as the village chief.
Wow. He seems like such a nice... But, it's okay. Well, Traveler, what do you think? I don't think so, and nobody has been able to tell us... Wait. Okay.
You two are the adventurers who just arrived, right?
Yep, sure.
I'm so glad. My name is Atosa, by the way.
Yeah, no need to...
Begone!
Be silent. Observe. Do you fear the dark?
Wayne.
Windblade.
Be silent.
I think not.
Windblade.
Begone! Such defiance!
Is this the place? Under this tree?
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me. It's so full of memories. We used to always sit together under this tree and talk. Sometimes we would look up at the clouds in the sky, or stop to feel the wind against our skin. We could sit there for hours at a time, never realizing how long it had been. I was actually adopted by the people of Vamar village. The forest, I was surrounded by such good people, and growing up